when I asked, what were you guys interested in talking about and learning about? One of those questions was, how to work less while maintaining my current income. And I think that is really important. I think it's really important to work smarter and not harder, because at some point you run out of steam. So we're going to dive into that in a little bit. But first, a few things. If you guys are on Instagram, post your Instagram handle in the comments, because I would love to follow you guys if I don't already follow you. I've been trying to be a little bit more active over there and making sure that all of this awesome material ends up over there, as well as Facebook. So if you want to follow me, it's the Modern Dog Trainer blog on Instagram. And then, post your comments or your handle in the comments below, and I'll be sure to hop on and follow you guys as well, right? And then you guys are welcome to follow each other. And that'll be fun. We'll have a little Instagram party. Modern Minds Dog Training. I love it. So cool. I'm so excited to work with you, Erin. Get ready. So that brings me to kind of the next point is Help Desk Hangout is officially open and starting today. So Brittany Miller, who was on here earlier, is a really good friend of mine and a really great tech systems specialist. So she knows things like Acuity and WordPress and Weebly and all these different tech things way better than I do. So I'm having her kind of provide everybody a 2-week tech support program where you can hop on and talk to her. And I follow you on Instagram already. Awesome. Good. So she is really, really awesome, really tech savvy, and I thought that's why she was going to be the perfect person to answer all of those little tech questions that come up when you're starting to get things rolling and you're you get stuck and you really need to ask an expert to get the answer and quickly move forward so that you don't get hung up on those tech things. When you're starting out the virtual lessons, how do I use Thinkific? Can I do this in Thinkific? Can I do that? How do I connect my webcam? How do I edit or fix my audio? All those kinds of questions are really, really great. And really great for Brittany to answer in the Help Desk Hangout program. So it's going to be a 2-week program starting today, and I believe enrollment ends today. So if you need in, I'll be posting, I just actually posted the link to it a few minutes ago, so check out the group and see the post in there. But I'll also add the link in the comments here once I wrap up. So I think that'll be really great for a lot of you that are asking tech related questions, what tools are the best thing to use, or what kind of laptop should I get, what webcam, all that fun stuff, as you kind of run into launching your online dog training services. So she'll be great, and she's already in there answering a bajillion questions. And hopefully that you guys are able to hop in. It's really, really affordable for 2 weeks of basically one-to-one tech support is $49. So really great deal. So if you are running into tech issues, definitely get in on that. Get those questions answered so you can launch your services. Okay, I'm not a fan of excuses. Just get it done. All right, let me take a drink of water and we'll talk about one more thing and then we'll dive into the free time topic. So the other thing is I have one spot left for my private coaching program that starts this week. So if you need, a one-on-one coach to get you through those challenging goals that you're going to face as a business owner, whether it's, really launching your business and picking up steam really, really quickly, or you've been kind of enjoying this quarantine time because it slowed down your business so much, you're actually able to have a few minutes to yourself, and you don't want to go back to the insanity of your business once things reopen. Now's a good time to work out those kinks and work out those systems so that you can save time and then earn more money, because obviously you run out of time and then that is basically your income ceiling. So that's basically what I help people through, and help you earn a lot more money with your services. All right, so if you're interested in private coaching with me, just send me a private message and we'll chat to see if it makes sense for you. Okay? All right, the fun stuff. What we're all here for, right, is free time. I've got some bullets lined out here that I really want to cover, but we'll see where this goes. And I have a little exercise I want you guys to do at the end of this as well. So the first thing I want to say is that I don't believe that people, business owners or non-business owners, have quote-unquote free time. I think that you should probably have something planned like at all hours of the day every week. And by that I mean it's not like you need to be productive 24/7. It's that you need to have an understanding of what you want to be doing during that hour or during those 30 minutes or whatever you're doing for that time. Because otherwise things may pop up and basically steal your quote-unquote free time away, right? So an example is that if you want to have a Saturday off, you have to plan that. You also have to, if you're really bad about like sticking to your days off and actually taking the time off, you really should like plan and put that event in your calendar, and put it as an hour watching Netflix, an hour walking the dog, like put it in your calendar, so that free time, because you're not going to just be sitting on your couch not doing anything during free time. You're going to be doing something, right? You're going to be watching Netflix. You're going to be, gardening. It's not actually free time. Like, what actually is free time? You're doing things that you want to do. So schedule that into your calendar so that your brain is like reminded that you have things planned already for that time. It's not a free time to give away to anybody that shows up wanting your time and help, right? So Brittany's saying, today is your day off, and I still did a lesson, and I'm working on my website, but I also am getting housework and yard work done, as well as personally training your own dogs. Yes. So that's kind of a really great example. So I would schedule, training my own dogs for like 1 hour on, what's today? Monday. Actually put that in your calendar so that something that comes up either from like your family wants your help with something or your clients want some help with something. It's already, quote unquote, booked that time. You are busy. You really are busy. You're taking care of yourself, and your priorities, right? So you don't let other things that pop up, like I said, I think when I first moved up to New York, we were around a bunch of family, and we didn't have a kid. And so we basically said yes to every event that they were hosting. And so that meant we were super, super busy, because we have a lot of family in New York. And I was like, at the end of summer, I was like, I can't, like, we have no time and it doesn't make any sense. We have a lot of fun with family, but, at some point it's like, you need to, you lose that sense of control of, I have no control over what I'm doing this weekend because I've already committed to, 5 different things with 3 different people. And so it was really kind of an eye-opening experience to realize that, I need to, actually schedule time to watch Netflix. Otherwise, I'm never going to get that time back to myself, right? So after that experience, I was like, free time is, not a thing. Free time, to me, is, time that you're giving away to whoever kind of claims it first, whether it's clients or family members or what. You have to plan your priorities, your hobbies, just as you would an appointment with anybody else, right? Has anybody ever had that experience too with family where they're very, very busy people, especially here in the summer, activities, there's events here every weekend because, it's not cold anymore. Everybody kind of comes out of hibernation, and does a bunch of stuff. And we basically had just 0 time to just Netflix and chill on the couch. So, yeah. So I think as a business owner, one of the things I came across with a client recently is that she was giving away her time to a volunteer at her facility because she felt guilty that they were spending, their time at her facility helping her. So she basically gave away her very valuable time as a business owner and trainer, Natasha, all the time, yeah. And to help this volunteer because she felt guilty. But the reality is that if a client had paid for that same amount of time, she would have gotten paid way more than she could have just been paying this volunteer to spend time at her facility and take care of the things around the place, right? So you just really have to be careful about what is kind of snagging your time and what you're kind of guilting yourself into doing because you don't know how to sit still when you have a minute for yourself. Right? So if you find yourself all of a sudden with like 45 minutes and nothing like urgent, that's when you really have to just kind of sit in that and be okay with that and, take a break. Go for a walk is kind of probably the best advice I have, because otherwise you're just going to give that time away to somebody else, which is all nice and all, but then you end up with zero time to yourself at the end of the day. So that's one of the important tips here. So that kind of leads me to number 2, like your time is worth at least as much as what a client would pay for it. So if you charge like $100 for a 60-minute lesson, a 1-hour lesson, then that's at least as much, like as far as time that your hour is worth, right? And I say the least because the reality of it is that if you, as a business owner, are focusing on those money-making tasks, the really important things that you need to be focusing on to generate income and clients for your business, then your time is actually worth way more than $100 an hour. Because when you start looking at how much every client is going to spend with you and potential referrals that every client's going to do, or the referrals that a marketing effort is going to generate for you, those numbers add up really quickly. And so that's why you have to be so cognizant about how you're spending your time and how you're unconsciously giving it away. And then also, like, if you're just giving your time away, then you're not getting any time to yourself. You're not like allowing yourself to refresh and come back to work every day energized and excited to be there, because you're basically always, every minute is booked and kind of divvied up to other people. And ultimately that leads to burnout, right? You get really, really tired. You get really annoyed. You maybe start having a short fuse, and that leads to worse, experiences for your clients. Like, it's a downhill spiral from there, right? So that's something to think about as you're potentially kind of planning out that free time. Is it's just important to your business and your sustainability as a business and your success as a business as quote unquote working hours, because everything as the business owner, like everything depends on you being your happiest and best self, right? All right. Oh, my throat is sore today. We were painting all weekend, so that was a lot of work. And I took some time off this morning. So my last kind of point about this is kind of about like ruthless prioritization. The reality is that there's only so many hours in the day, and even more scarce than that is the energy that you have to give towards projects, towards your business, in addition to client work. And so I think that on some occasions, actually on many occasions, procrastination is actually really good, because it allows you to focus on things that are potentially more important. What is Bettina saying? As a semi-extrovert, I tend to schedule my free time with friends, but same idea. Yeah, friends or family. So it just depends if you leave, hanging out with friends, if you leave that situation energized or drained, that kind of depends on the extrovert versus introvert, right? Some people really feel energized after social activities. Some people feel really drained. So that's kind of up to you depending on how that hits you. What was I saying? Positive procrastination. So there are some situations where I think it is really great to procrastinate. And I procrastinate on lots of stuff, and it's a lot of stuff that is not going to immediately move my business forward. So I focus on tasks that are going to generate revenue. That's number one, because if I don't generate revenue, there's no business and there's no future. And so, anything that doesn't immediately drive those kinds of results, I kind of procrastinate on until I feel like it, until I have time for it, until it kind of feels like the right time to do it and I feel energized to do it. So, that kind of brings me to another point that I wasn't planning on getting to, but focus on those things that really matter the most, that are really going to move the needle in your business, rather than things that you feel like you have to do just because everybody else does them, right? So there's a suggestion. And then also just making sure that you're giving yourself permission to have time off, to have time to yourself. I know when you're juggling like family and kids and friends and clients and employees and like staff, like it feels like you're not allowed to take time off because there's just too many people that need you and need your time. And so make sure that you are giving yourself permission. Consider this me giving you permission to take time to yourself every day, even if it's just 15 minutes, just to take a breather, get some fresh air, and come back to your work much more energized and happy about it. But I think it also, like, you need to give yourself permission as a business owner. There's nobody's the boss of you, right? So you need to be okay with and prioritize giving yourself time to do something that you want to do rather than what everybody else needs at any given moment, right? Okay, so here's the one exercise I really want you guys to do, especially given the COVID kind of quarantine thing. This is usually an exercise I do at the beginning of the year, but I feel like this is kind of another great time to do it because you have time, and I want you to do this before things kind of start going back to normal, right? Yes, Natasha says the do not disturb feature on your phone is probably one of the best ones. Yes, I agree. I actually have it on right now during my live so I don't get notifications. So the exercise I'd love for you guys all to do, like today, is just get out a piece of paper and write never again at the top. Again, I usually do this in the beginning of the year, but I think it absolutely applies to right now as well, before things start going back to normal, before, social commitments start coming back, and, you'd have to travel more for serving clients and all of that. Start with this exercise and put never again on the piece of paper, and then list down at underneath that, just start jotting down anything that you don't want to ever do again. Whether that is, volunteering for this or that, or hosting Thanksgiving, like just anything that you don't want to ever do again because it was so exhausting for you at the end of the day. Write that down. So Malia says, sometimes I have to force myself to tell clients that I'm already busy on days they want to schedule, or else I'd never see my husband. Yes, exactly. And I strongly recommend that. You just say you're booked. You're booked up that day. What are they going to do? Not much, so that's all you can do. And you have to do that because otherwise, you'll run yourself ragged and you'll burn out and you'll quit your business. So that's no good. So anyways, back to this exercise. Put never again at the top of the page and just start jotting down things that you never want to deal with again, that you never want to do again. I'm trying to think of what I've done before. I've certainly talked about like never again on like going to family dinners every weekend. Like, I don't know. What else can you come up with? Let me know. Let me know what some never agains you guys have. I'd love to hear it. I'm sure you've got some good ones. Never again do you want to answer questions from clients at 12 a.m. Never again. For me, one of the ones a few years ago was never again will I, most likely, never again will I volunteer in dog rescue or on a dog rescue, animal rescue board, unless I'm extremely bored one day. But yeah, that was pretty traumatic, and I won't do that again. So let me know what ideas you guys are coming up with, and what you're never gonna do again. Never again will I work on a Sunday. That's a good one. I love it. That'll be fun. We'll talk about that during our coaching call. I think that that's a really important one. I'm pretty strict about not working on Sundays too. I can't think of anything that I do that I never want to do again, but I can never seem to fit everything in a productive enough fashion. Oh, what do you mean productive enough? Like it's not perfect before it's done? Is that a little bit of perfectionism or something else? I love it. I think one of the strategies I use is I set a Pomodoro timer. So that is, if you have not heard of the Pomodoro technique, just do a quick Google. It's basically you work for 25 minutes and then you take a 5-minute break, and then you work for 25 minutes and then you take a 5-minute break, and you do that 4 times in a row, and then you get a 30-minute break. And it helps with kind of keeping you fresh, like refreshed and energized for what you're working on. And like that, your brain is actually less likely to wander off onto Facebook or emails. If you know you have like 25 minutes to work on something, right? Awesome. Welcome, guys. So check out the Pomodoro technique. That's really, really great. And kind of helps you be more productive and quick about what you're doing. Let's see. Bettina's saying, never again will I accept way below my skills job with not much in return. Oh yeah, that's a good one. And you might want to consider just like keeping this list around and adding to it every year, just to kind of evaluate what's working, what's not working, and improve. Yeah, Laurel. Yeah, hopefully that helps you improve your life as it goes on, right? You don't want to keep repeating the same mistakes, right? All right, awesome. All right, well, we're gonna wrap that up. Oh, just one more thing. If you are interested in private coaching with me, this is the week to sign up. I pretty much open private coaching about once a quarter if I have the time and availability to. So I have 1 spot left, and I only take 5 people because I only have so much time. We get to know each other pretty well. We stay in touch very frequently through, Slack and Zoom calls. So it's a really great way for me to get to know you and your business and make you or help you use the strategies that are most important to move the needle towards your goals, right? So if that is interesting to you and you want to learn more, just send me a private message and we can talk more about that and see if it makes sense for you. Okay? All right. Well, it's good to see you guys. Like I said, I'm going to have my team take this video and turn it into a blog post, and it'll go out in email as well. So if you're not on the email list, definitely get in there. You can download any of my free content on my website at themoderndogtrainer.net. And I will see you guys next Monday for the next one. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.